Very good morning to all of you. As you know very well that yesterday I have started chapter 6 tissues. I hope that you have gone through the video and you have also understood that what topics I will cover in this chapter. So without wasting time, let's start the definition of tissue. Just see carefully and try to learn the definition of tissue. Group of cells of similar structure combined together to perform a specific functions. Or in simple way, I can say a tissue is a group of cells of the same size, shape and function. So what is the importance of tissue? Why we are discussing the chapter tissue? First, it causes division of labor in a multicellular organism. As we have studied in previous chapter, in unicellular organism only single cell perform all the function. But what happens in multicellular? It's not possible. So tissues will cause responsible for performing this function. Means they will provide a specific function in our multicellular organism. Second, it decreases workload on individual cells. Because it's not possible that some cells or two cell or one cell can perform all the function. So tissue will decrease workload on individual cells. And third, leads to organization. Means proper organization take place through tissues. This topic I have discussed in the chapter Fundamental Unit of Life. I am just again repeating how organization of cells take place in organism. Cells usually group together to make tissue, organ system and finally organism. So tissue just again a group of cells of the same size, shape and function. Some example of tissue are muscle tissue, nervous tissue, etc. An organ is a structure that contains more than one type of tissue. It is normally big enough to be seen with the naked eye. Examples you know very well: heart, brain, etc. in animals and leaves, root, stem in plants. You can see. The organs do not work alone. Usually a number of organs work together to carry out a certain function. So we can say a group of organs working together is called an organ system. Your digestive system is an organ system. The organs taking part in the digestive system are the mouth, the food pipe, the stomach and the intestine. So each organ has a specific function to perform and all together they digest food. Similarly, there are different organs involved in other organ system. So the different organ system working together form the organism. So just have you understood how the organization through tissues take place? Now yesterday I have explained about general flow chart of the plant tissue. Now I hope you know very well plant tissue are of two types. First, meristematic tissue and second, permanent tissue. Means what is the meaning of meristematic tissue? Means they continuously divide, or we can say they are called dividing tissue. They divide continuously throughout the life. So nature, have you understood? If I am talking about the word meristematic or meristem, you should know these are the dividing or growing tissue. So where they occur? They found in growing region of a plant. Means root, shoot etc. Shape: spherical, oval, rectangular or polygonal. Third point, intercellular spaces are absent. Means you can see they are very compactly arranged. No space between two cells is there. So we can say here intercellular spaces are absent in meristematic tissue. Vacuoles are also absent. You know function of vacuoles: storage, support. So there is no need to store anything in this meristematic tissue. They are very active because I have just told you they are dividing. Their nature is dividing. So they should be very active. And cytoplasm will be very dense. Cell wall of this tissue is thin and it will be made up of cellulose. Nuclei. In these cells, nuclei will be very prominent, means very clear. As now you know very well, cell division, their nature is always to divide the cell. So they are responsible for growth in plants. So these are the characteristic features of meristematic tissue, or another word is there, we can say meristem. Now on the basis of location, there are three types of meristematic tissue. First, apical meristem. You can see the picture. On the basis of location, there are three types: apical, intercalary and lateral. So apex, you can see the apex. So apical meristem is present at shoot, apex, and here also that root apex. Apex means tip. So what will happen? Their function is there. They will increase length of root and shoot. Means they are responsible for height. Second is their lateral meristem. You can see what is the lateral side, you know, I think. They present beneath the bark, means outer surface of that shoot or stem is called bark. Inside that it is present, or we can say they are present in cambium or cork. Cambium, that's why sometimes they are called the cambium meristem. Now function, what is the function? As the position you can see, so they will increase girth, girth, of root and stem. Girth means here they are responsible for increasing thickness, or we can say diameter. They will increase the diameter of the plant. So clear the student, lateral meristem. And third one is there, intercalary meristem. Third is intercalary meristem. First, location, where they will be present. They will present at the base of leaves. You can see picture here. This is the base of the leaves. Base of the leaves is called nodes. So they will present at nodes. And between two nodes, that portion is called the internodes. The portion between two nodes are called internodes. So they are present at the base of leaves, or we can say nodes or internodes in stem. And function, they are also responsible for increasing length of organs. Leaves and internodes will increase their height due to this intercalary meristem. So they will increase number of branches. So dear student, they can found grass and bamboo. Sometimes they are not present in all plant. So now concept about the types of meristem: apical, intercalary, lateral. You have understood. You have to learn only their occurrence and their function. Occurrence means location, where they are presented. So today you have understood about meristematic tissue, their characteristic feature, types of meristematic tissue. In next video, I will continue the permanent tissue. So you again go through the previous flowchart so you will understand more. Thank you.